Well, hello there. Let's you and I have a little conversation. If this message has found you, you are at a very, very, very pinnacle point in your journey. And I'm being told, guided, shown in every which way, shape, and form that I am being called to record this. So the cards are not going to come out. This is very much going to be, well, the cards might, because the alchemy deck, I was kind of called to pull it out. But this message, this transmission, this is through my human's journey that these words are coming through. It is very much you bearing witness to my unfolding, to my human really, really surrendering to the beauty, the magic, the bliss of it all. And friends, let me tell you, heaven and bliss, when you choose you, like sometimes it really, really seems fucking messy. 111. Yesterday I was quite literally scooping up buckets of toilet water that from an entire house, right? For those of you that are new here, for those of you that are still here, for those of you that are following and feeling this frequency, because friends, you are frequency family if you're still here. And there is also going to be a big channel update, which is tied into this message. And I know that is when I will take whatever alchemy card is being called for you at this time, 144. I apologize for the sound. They're cutting down a tree next door. This is my little one sleeping, so she could wake up at any moment. But I was called to record now. And friends, this is going to be so messy because the best fucking kind of magic is in the messy. And if it looks like I've been crying, it's because I was prior to sitting down to record. I'm also a little bit sick, so there may be some coughing. I've got pneumonia at this time. It's been a beautiful, humbling, fucking magical time for my human friends. Like, when I say scooping buckets of water off the floor, yes, but the way that everything has happened, right? And this is where you begin to really dance with your reality and also play with it and not really be affected by it. Like, I was scooping buckets of toilet water off the floor. Luckily, it was because there was this cloudburst rainstorm here, and so a big shower of rain that flooded, I don't know, the tank outside, that then all came through the toilet all over the house, everywhere. So luckily not like dirty toilet water, just kind of clean for the most part. I don't know. Anyway, but the timing of it, like I wouldn't have noticed it. The landlord who happens to be my uncle, popped in at that time, went to see something, saw this water. He was able to stop it, right? Because there was no way to stop this water. And I happen to have somebody here with me, assisting me in cleaning this house, because I reckon that's also why I'm struggling with my chest. There is lots of dust moving into this new space. And it's been quite tough for my human to get it all clean in one go with a 2-year-old, and it's just been me. It is really, really just beautiful and interesting and magical. And I know that to my human, like a past now human version of me, if I imagined like the 2-3 days that I have experienced, like I think I would have like crawled into a cupboard and hid away. But for the now human, and you know, the human that was experiencing all of these things, I was laughing, I was smiling, I was watching fucking poetry while scooping toilet water off my floor, right? This is what it truly means to be in the now, to embrace everything that it is. And through this and all the other things that have been happening, because there have been so many, right? So many for my human. I'm going to share some mommy stuff because I know that for many of you, if you do resonate with me, there will be some aspect of like mothering or the mother wound or something in there for you, for the gentleman too, right? The mother wound is the mother wound. So where I lived prior, you see my human was resisting. There was a little thought of, should I really go here? Should I go here? But I knew I was meant to go here before I sat down to record. But my human, oh, okay. So prior to moving here, the environment that my daughter Emma and I resided in was, how can I put it? It's not that it was abusive and how, I mean, there are many worse situations, but for me, for my human, it was living in hell, right? It was being treated horrendously, but not in a way that was considered horrendous, right? It was always behind closed doors. You know, many of you might have experienced the whole covert narcissist, right? So this was the energy, the frequency, and it's not that I was still in the relationship. The relationship was pretty much over the minute I could no longer hide from the truth, right? When my daughter actually became more than a baby, when she actually had needs, and you know, and I was a single mom. I did it pretty much all by myself with the assistance, because of the country that I live in, with the assistance of a lady that used to come in and help around the house and sometimes play with Emma while I took a shower, or recorded a reading. So there was a little bit of assistance there, but from her father there was the absence of everything, right? It was like having somebody in a room and being on fire and them just watching you burn. They may sound extreme, but that was very much the reality, and that was the last 2 years of my life. So with me at one point just begging for him to pay attention to his daughter, right? Because it broke my human, and it broke me apart here now, right? Because in this time, the reality of all of it is really sunk in, like we're in our own space. But my daughter has suddenly started flourishing, right? She just turned 2 on the 19th of October. This is timeless, but it's the 1st of November now, which is also really interesting because it's my birthday in 19 days, which would make it like, and 19 is a really, 911 is a really big number for not just me, but this collective. My ears are ringing. I don't know why it is. It's just your illumination. It's your unbreaking. And right now, you're actually ready to be cracked open. That's why this message has found you. If you're still here at 8, like, you're ready for all the fucking abundance that is there for you. You are not late. You are right on time. But there is a jump. There is a jump, and I'm coming to it. So it broke me. It actually, that's where most of the tears have been coming from, right? Watching this beautiful fucking expression of source like unfold, bearing witness to fucking, there are no words. And knowing that I'm the only one that sees it, right? There's no 3 people brushing teeth. There's none of the things that my human craves, right? Because I know it's out there for me, right? I know that when the time is right, there will be a being of frequency, right? You know, the old human used to go like of worthiness, of worth, a being of frequency that will be resonant for us, where we can all 3 brush teeth together. When? I don't know. Who? I don't know. And it doesn't matter, right? Because it's all about the now. And this is where the channel update comes in, and where the leap comes in, friends, is that the channel, I'm not closing it because I know I'm coming back to it, but I'm taking some space. It's not even actually that I'm taking some space. My attention, my awareness, my focus, my energy, my everything is really being called to another space. The space of being the mommy that I am, that I came here to be, and me, because there's still some nervous system history in this body of mine that is glitching me in my heaven, right? In ways that do not sit well with me. The human share, mommy share, the I understand that we have to sort of guide our kids in a certain direction, but there were a few things that my human did automatically, like making false threats, like why? It doesn't feel resonant for me. Like, if you don't have a nap, we won't go to the beach. It doesn't feel resonant for me. It doesn't feel resonant for me at all. And yet, because of this nervous system history, the words were outperformed. They were before, like, the truth of me could catch them. I mean, it was all perfect and purposeful. But I was bearing witness to my human being, a being that was not of resonance in any shape, way, or form. And it's actually got nothing to do with her, and it's got nothing to do with me, and it's really just this nervous system history that's coming up. And I'm imagining, triple one, that if this message has found you, it's coming up for you too, that there are these, like, maybe knee-jerk responses that you're doing in your 3D reality that are calling for your attention. But my attention, my awareness, my focus, my energy is being called elsewhere, and it's not. Like, it's so strange, because believe me, friends, I love recording for this channel. I love reading the cards. I love recording for the other channel when I feel called to do that. I love co-creating with you, and this channel was and is a space that I know is going to, whenever it is meant to, bring in that which is for me, right? But in the same breath, I also know that this channel was never meant to be simply about tarot reading and cards, and it has evolved since its creation. It has evolved so much. It has evolved in the same way that I have, I suppose. But I don't know where it's meant to go right now, and I do know where the I am is meant to go, and it is into stillness, into silence. And friends, this is where the jump, the leap, the true fucking trust comes in, right? Because, as I said, the channel was created to well, for many reasons, but in service, right? Because it's here, but also to start bringing in some income for me, right? Because I have a family to support, and I'm now just me. So this is not to say that private readings are not going to be available. They are, but in the same breath, my attention, my focus, my awareness is with my little one. So until she starts school next year, which is also, I don't even know if the schools are very rarely full here. So I don't know how anything is going to flow. I really don't. But what I do know is that in the crumbling, and it was crumbling, friends, like everything, me, thoughts, ways of being, just fucking everything, just crumbling. Like each and every tear, I was laughing, I was crying, it's just all falling down. And there's still stuff to fall down. And it's like I'm in the corridor between worlds, and I imagine that you are right there too, and that there is a calling that is calling you. And I know I'll come back here. I even have a suspicion of when it will be, but it doesn't matter when. I don't know how things are going to come in. I don't know how things are going to shift. I have no answers. But you know what else? I have no questions. I have zero questions about anything, about any of it. It really is that simple. Like when you fucking step into that stillness, when you're like, there's nothing I can do. I can't control the fact that suddenly they decided to take out their hacksaws, their big chainsaws, and start cutting down a tree right next to where my little one is sleeping, and I just got her down. And friends, I'm not gonna lie, like even with pneumonia, like the universe is like put me in a space where like I'm fucking out of breath, right? My little one, when I say she's busy, oh, she's busy, but she's also fucking smart, like kind of scary smart. And it's scary because other people are telling me that she's scary smart. So now I'm like, okay, it's not just a mom thing, right? But she's fucking busy and she requires a lot, and it's beautiful. I know people sort of, I see people watch me, other moms, and I see them like look at me with pity, but for me it's fucking magic and bliss and just beauty, right? It just is. And I'm not saying that there aren't hard moments, but really the hard moments is just my human fucking resisting. Like struggling to get her down for a nap is usually my human resisting, because now I can't come and record, or I don't get mommy time or me time or whatever. So there's still some resistance within this human that needs to shift for me to actually be the being that I am. And that only happens in stillness and silence. The sorry friends, yeah, even the pneumonia, right? It's really it's calming me down. It's put me on a ventilator, a nebulizer, right? And the only one that they had in this teeny tiny small town, Dorpy, right? If you guys are, I don't know how many South Africans are here, but so you guys all know what I'm speaking about, right? Very much small town in the Eastern Cape. Not many shops, you know, you kind of have to drive to the city to get something, that kind of vibe. Where you drive on the road and there are cows sometimes, like that kind of town. Pretty rustic, it's beautiful. So the only nebulizer that they had was a really, really big one. And you kind of have to plug it in the wall and be attached to it, which is oh so difficult for my human after, once again, mommy share, but like breast pumping, like, and stuff, right there. That was a year of my life spent attached to a machine, and I hated it. You couldn't move, couldn't talk. Oh, but I did it for my little one, no regrets, right? It was a necessity. It was something that called to me. It was also a learning experience and an unraveling in its own. And but this whole thing, it's you know, initially my human was like, oh my god, I can't deal with this, right? This is no. And I just heard so strongly, right? This is just breathing. It's meditating. Like, go into your space. Like when you do not create the space that you require, the universe will create it for you through physically man down, right? And friends, also, like, I want to share this with you because I talk about this whole toilet overflowing everywhere. The universe moved me to a space, like I've spoken about this before, of how easy this move was, right? How magical it was, how like my human fucking can't make sense of just, I don't even know how I'm fucking here. That kind of magic, that kind of fucking miracle. And you know, the phone call to find something else out, only to find out that, oh, there's this perfect house, it's da-da-da-da, and it's vacant, and it's within a price range that I can borrow the money from my parents to get me and my daughter out of this space that is really not good for us. And this space where she is now, you know, is experiencing full-on fucking abandonment, right? And anyway, I'm not gonna go quite down that road, but because it's the old road, right? It's the old it's the old road. There is no, how do I put this? There is no regret. There is no anger, hatred. Just without any of that, I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be 911 completely cracking fucking open right on screen for you guys. But this is really what it's all about, because it doesn't matter. None of it fucking matters, right? When you choose you, which is what my human and past now me did, made everything happen magically, miraculously, illogically. And then I got here and nothing, right? This came with its own illumination. And as I said, I began feeling the resistance to recording, except there were a few times where, well, how do I put this? Never did I record when I wasn't called to, but I could feel the excitement within my vessel just a little bit more flat. And I think I've been feeling that for a while, and I've also been watching the channel, not the channel, but like less engagement, and it's all beautiful and it's all perfect, because just because, does there need to actually be a reason? Does there need to be a reason for anything? Does there need to be a reason for anything other than the fact that it calls to you, that you feel called to answer the call, that you feel called to trust that you, your fucking reality, are going to show up for you because you chose you, because you chose to devote to self? Sorry, friends. Money is no joke, right? No joke, and this is also terrifying for my human, right? Like, I'm the sole carer for this little girl, but even the place that I landed, wow, friends, there's a little cottage on the property. It's on the same property, sort of, but separate, where two beautiful students, a young guy and his girlfriend, live, and my daughter is besotted with Sahla. So 911. So like in this emergency moment, I could pick up my kid and go, I'm so sorry, please can you just watch her? I need someone to watch her, otherwise my kid, like, what do I do? There's nowhere to put her. So being physically sick, pretty terrifying for my human in some ways, especially with the breath and the busy child. But in the same way, Source is just magically providing assistance for me, right? I was like, okay, I'll take her shopping, she can push the shopping trolley. And this is all human shares, friends, but it's for you to bear witness to see, because this is how it fucking happens, right? You're like, okay, let's go over there, and then you kind of feel, okay, cool, I said to her pizza, but let me ask her if she rather wants to go to the Spur, which is right next door, where there's slides and stuff, and she can get rid of some energy where I can actually kind of just stand and watch her, right? I don't have to chase after her so much. And lo and behold, a beautiful 5-year-old girl named Anya made friends with my daughter and entertained her for the pretty much 45 minutes. So I actually got to sit and eat a meal while like kind of watching a 5-year-old like play with my daughter, all right, and tire her out, so that after that I could bring her home and put her to sleep. That's just following what you feel called to do, right? It's not about the big things. It's not about the big moments, right? The big moments just find you, and honestly, friends, like, the big moments begin to find you everywhere, and it's kind of a little bit, you're so overwhelmed. Well, for me, for my human, like, I'm so overwhelmed by emotion, and like while I was watching this 5-year-old entertain my kid, and I'm just like watching the fucking poetry, like I almost burst into tears in the fucking restaurant. I kind of have to, kind of what I'm doing now in this. Okay, I gotta go, my little one's awake, it's 11:11, and this is it. Blessings, love, friends, I'll see you when I see you.